Two of Jamaica's athletes have switched allegiance to Turkey. These two athletes are now representing Turkey when the Olympic comes up.
What's up guys, welcome back to this channel once again. This is one of those topics that always sparks strong opinions. Some people see it as betrayal while others see it as survival. In this video, we are looking at Jamaican athletes choosing to represent other countries and the real reasons behind that decision. So guys, let's watch these videos until the end and then I'll come back with my reaction. Remember to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. All credit goes to the original creators.
What was this? So the athletes that switched their allegiance to Turkey, that's how it's pronounced, right? Somebody got comment and say, patriotism overall. That's why I have to love Bolt, cause he's the. How are you gonna compare them to Usain Bolt? That's number one. And first of all, Jamaica never pay Bolt. Bolt is the fastest man in the world. Still, and he gets paid from sponsorships and deals and all kind of other stuff. So that's number one. Number two. When the young man did a work at Domino's, not even for him, I think it's him. When the young man did a work at Domino's and I compete, why only never say, oh my God, we can have an athlete work at Domino's. Let us as a nation raise up some money for them or put pressure on the organization. We're supposed to pay them for them get paid. Only never say nothing. But every day you come over TikTok, come shoot, lion and shoot all kind of foolishness, all kind of cranny people. Don't just chat too much, man. Everything when you get up and chat be a foolish. Patriotism can yam. It can yam. God forbid that nothing do them right now. Say injure or anything. Them are gonna feel hungry. You think Jamaica gonna feed them? No have to look work. Professional athlete not supposed to work. Them supposed to focus on them training. You think it is if you are trained and then get up gonna work? I'm just dumb. I'm not dumb, so.
I know most of y'all read the news, see the little clips them about the Jamaican athletes who switched to Turkey. And ever so often you guys ask me my take. And hey, what's good, man? Some of them I reply to, some of them I just ignore. But may I shed my light on this one a little just because you guys have been really asking me about it. So I'll ask you this question. Why do some of y'all friends, parents, uncle, auntie come to America and join the army? Is it because them just love go war? No. Them doing it for opportunities. Them doing it for a better way. Because at the end of the day, like, why would you get up and fight for a country that you never born? You understand? That's the same concept what me I go say with the athletes them. Switching. You understand? For a better way. Yes, they're like soldiers running for a country that they never born, but at the end of the day, we all want financial gain out of our talents. It makes no sense me I run or me I do something and me not get paid. It's only unfair, it's always unfair to athletes when people want you to do good for them, but not to do good for yourself. Because these athletes switching are no difference than you going to work somewhere for a better pay. And the place where you come from give you everything. I understand that, but at the end of the day, everybody want financial gain because when track and field done, or when sports done, as much as you want something to show that you did it, you still want to make sure so you earn so you can move into the next part of life. So these athletes switching to Turkey, me not bash them. I encourage athletes to go out there and seek better opportunities for yourself because at the end of the day, sports is a short time span. And then some sports are not as lucrative as some sports, and then some events are not even as lucrative as some events. You get me? And I'm going to tell you the reason why Jamaicans are full vexed. Because it's not the first Jamaicans are switching to Turkey. In 2016 Olympics, we had two guys who represent Turkey and one guy represent Bahrain. You understand? One of them used to go JC, big JC athlete, and one of them used to go Ulmaz. And them two men switch go Turkey. But you guys never noticed, you know, one never noticed because these guys weren't medal, not contenders, you know. These guys weren't Olympic or world champ medalists. These guys were what you consider some regular man who run tracks. So, I'm telling you guys, the floodgate open and more athletes are going to leverage their talent for financial gain. Because where we are from, loyalty don't really bring you far. You understand? Because in my aspect of when I say that, I don't mean say you can't be loyal. But what I say is, if you have your talent, you can't confuse talent and tell a man to be loyal with him talent if him not eat food for him family. So yeah.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Good, I'm well, I'm blessed.
Yes, and a good win today as well.
Yes. God did, all the time.
Over 8 meters today. Yeah. Talk to me. How'd that feel out there for you?
Well, honestly, it's just, coming out here to execute. I feel like, it's been a really tough season for me. But, I never stopped praying. Despite the conditions out here today, I came out victorious. And, that's all that matters, winning. Always want to win. Unfortunately, it's in Toglu. But yeah, I'm just grateful.
So I did want to speak to you today because obviously there's been a lot of big news that has come out recently with regards to you switching from Jamaica to now competing for Turkey. Yeah. And I did want to understand what the motivations behind that was and what led you to make that decision. Honestly,
for me personally, I'm doing this for my family. There's a life after track, and I feel like we don't really have a lot in the sport. So, if we could make as much as possible, I gotta do it. I love my country. I do love my country, but loyalty don't pay bills, as we all know. So I'm just grateful that, God gave me this opportunity, and I feel like if I had turned down this opportunity, I would have regretted. So, I just thank God, as I say all the time.
I wanted to understand how you weighed the emotional side of that, the emotional side of your love for Jamaica as opposed to honestly, what's going to benefit you and, the practical side of things.
Well, honestly, I'm going to miss competing for Jamaica. I've been doing this for over 3 years now, getting medals. And as I say, I love my country, but, I got to do the best for me. And my family. And yeah, I prayed about it, made up my mind if I'm going to make this decision, because it was really hard. It wasn't easy to talk with my families, and they told me to, make a life-changing opportunity for yourself, for your future, for my future, I should say. So yeah, I'm just thankful.
In terms of the message that sends, I know there's so many things, everyone's got issues with their federations, there's so many things going on in different countries.
Yeah.
What message do you feel like this climate that we're in is sending to the federations, to the people that are looking to the sport to essentially fix up?
Honestly, I think Jamaica need to do better, with the athletes. Because I'm being honest, if I do decide to get hurt right now, I know Jamaica not going to put me back on my feet, for sure. And I do know that. I'm going to have to spend the money out of my own pocket. So, if I could get the opportunity where someone will look out for me, because I've been doing good for my country. And honestly, I never got an email from no one saying congrats before. Yeah, not even an email.
What?
Yeah.
You can't treat wrong them. Because if you hear the deal, it's crazy. And it's a lot of money where Jamaica would have never give them. But most of the time, the Jamaicans them who represent Jamaica, them get little or nothing. So it's understandable. The crazy thing is, Asafa did a talk about this a long time. And you know what? Them beat him feet. Remember, Merlin Ati did it, And now we're seeing more and more Jamaican athletes representing different countries. Because we're going to be honest, all in all, everybody wants to secure their future. And in order for you to do that, you need money. And Jamaica not really pay the athlete them nothing. So again, it is understandable. But TikTok community, what are your thoughts on this? Jamaican athletes switching their nationality to represent another country for money and to secure their future. Let me hear what you think.
Rajendra Campbell, both history-making medalists at the last Olympic Games for Jamaica, will no longer be representing the black, green and gold. They have now switched their allegiance to Turkey, and this is coming from Kian Reina, TVJ sports reporter. Roger Stoner, the first ever Jamaican to win a gold medal in a throwing event at a major senior championship. Picture this. All the years Jamaica have been competing at the World Championships, the Olympic Games, not once have we ever won a gold medal in any throwing event. Roger Stoner pulled up to the Olympics last time, did it and broke the record. Rajendra Campbell, all the years we've been competing at the Olympic Games, we've never had a medalist in the shot put. Rajendra Campbell, pull up, do that, put him name in the history books of Jamaica. But their lives have not changed since then. Rajendra, an Olympic medalist, and he's still unsigned. He doesn't have a sponsor, he doesn't have a deal. In his post-competition interview at the Olympics, he said that he was so close to quitting right before the national trials, and I think it was his friend or his brother tell him, say, yo, just push through, man. You're this close. Like him say, right before the national trials, him did things, say, yo, frig this here, man. What may I do this for me? I kill up myself and I not get nothing out of it. And him push through, him go the Olympic Games, him medal. First Jamaican man to ever do that. And after the Olympic Games, after doing that, none of these guys have seen how their lives have changed. And now they've received an offer from Turkey that's obviously way better than they've been getting competing for Jamaica. And they decided that, look, money me a pre, you know. And I support them 100%. I support them 100%. Legacy, respect, ratings does not pay the bills. Sports is a business, bro. Sports is a business. It's a job. It is a job. Any job that you have, once another company is making you a better offer than what you're currently in, you take up that job offer. That's what we all do. That's what sports is. It is a business. And I respect these two gentlemen for that. One where the grass is green, my father. Yeah, man, I respect it, man. I respect it, brother. I'm money around the world, you know. I'm money around the world, bro. Money around the world. You see it? The man them don't put them name in the history books. They will always be remembered. Always. Guys, think about it. In every Olympic Games going forward that Jamaica compete in, and once like them have the panel doing discussions, giving their insights before the event, and if they speak about, oh, the first time Jamaica won a gold medal in a throwing event, that was in 2024. Roger Stoner, he broke the Olympic record then. 20 years down the line, 30 years down the line, he will always be spoken about. Rajendra Campbell, whenever we have another Jamaican who go and medal in the shot put again, they will always say first time it was done was by Rajendra Campbell. He earned a bronze medal in 2020. Them name go always be written down in the Jamaican track and field history books. You understand me? But that now put money in them pockets. That now pay them bills, bro. That can't make a man them go take out a mortgage and buy a house. That can't make a man them send them picnic go to the nicest school if them want to. You understand? Them thing they no pay in your pocket, bro. I respect them decision. All the best. Stoner, Campbell, Stoner Fling. Big up yourself, youth. Rajendra. You even know how to rhyme your name.
Welcome back, guys. Thank you for watching until the end. This is a complicated conversation because it's not just about sports. It's about money, opportunity, identity, and reality. Let's start with the biggest point: financial survival. A lot of people assume that if you are an Olympic medalist, you are automatically wealthy. Track and field is not like football or basketball, where athletes earn huge contracts. Outside of a few big names, many athletes struggle financially. They have to pay for training, coaching, travel, medical care, recovery, and all of that is very, very expensive. So when another country offers things like financial support, better facilities, long-term stability, that becomes a serious option. Now, on the other side, people talk about patriotism, Representing your country is a big deal. It's emotional, it's pride. So when athletes switch countries, some fans feel like they are being abandoned. And that reaction is understandable. But guys, here's the reality. Sport is also a business. At the end of the day, an athlete has a limited career, maybe 10 to 15 years at the highest level. So they have to think about their future, their family, life after sports, because once the career is over, the income can stop. So the decision becomes, do you stay royal and struggle financially, or do you take an opportunity that secures your future? That is not an easy decision to make. Another important point is that this is not a new situation. We've seen this before. Athletes like Marlin also represented another country later in their career. So this is part of a larger pattern in global sports. Countries recruit talent, athletes move for opportunity. This happens in many sports around the world. So while it may feel new or shocking, it's actually something that has been happening for many years. But I think the most important part of this conversation is not the athletes, it's the system. Why are the athletes in this position in the first place? Jamaica produces world-class talent, Olympic champions, world champions, but not all of them receive the long-term financial support. Not all of them get sponsorship. Not all of them have access to the same resources as athletes in bigger countries. So the real question is, how can a country produce top athletes but still struggle to support them financially? That's where the deeper conversation needs to happen. Now guys, let's talk about the public reaction. Some people feel disappointed. They feel like you represented Jamaica, why leave now? But others understand. They see it as this is someone making a smart decision in their life. And honestly, both perspectives make a lot of sense. Because this situation sits right in the middle of emotion and reality. At the heart of it, this is a conflict between two things: loyalty and opportunity. And sometimes those two don't usually align. Athletes love their country, but they also have responsibilities. And when the system doesn't fully support them, they start looking elsewhere. If there is one key takeaway from this video, is that the issue won't stop unless the system improves. Better support, better funding, better long-term planning. Because if athletes feel secure at home, they are less likely to leave. At the end of the day, it's not a simple issue. It's not just right or wrong. It's a reflection of how global sports works today. Athletes are not just competitors. They are professionals making life decisions. And until the gap between talent and support is fixed, this situation will continue. Thank you so much guys for watching until the end. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe for more content like this. Remember to give this video a thumbs up and also share. I also want to know what you guys think. Do you see this as loyalty or survival? Thank you once again guys. I'll see you guys in the next reaction.